Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome. My name is Nori, coming to you live from Digital Engineering. This is modded Minecraft Valhelsia 3. And this is our mess. So today we've got a special event. Today we're going to do tech. Today we are going to redo this room. I've got a lot of stuff just kind of piled in here, slapdashed. And with the new year coming along, I think it's a good time to just clean up house. Hello, Belle. How's it going? So yeah, we're gonna rip all of this stuff out here. We're just going to, hey, Azure, happy holidays. Yeah, today's gonna be a very tech-heavy day because we're redoing all of this is coming out, and we are going to relocate that into this area. This should give us a lot more room to continue to grow and expand, as well as it just functionally should look better. I am doing well. I'm on vacation, so I've got like all next week off. I don't have to do any work or anything else, so I'm probably going to try and sneak in a couple extra streams and whatnot. But so this is a good time. Oh, I figured while we're at this is a good time to probably re-optimize some of this stuff. I think so. Right now we've been just kind of laying crafters all over the place, and I think what we're going to actually do is make a wall of crafters along one of these walls. I think, and then we'll have an actual network block, probably going to be right here in the middle of this big area, or I may make this the network block over here. I think I might like this one as a network block, where we'll just pile all of our networking blocks so it makes a giant connection area right over here. And then that back wall was being used for something. I don't know. In either case, I hope we don't need anything out of the storage system because it's offline. All of our stuff is going to back up. And it'll be fine. We will figure our way through. Now, the nice thing about ripping out these network blocks is as long as we don't change where the cards are going to, then they will all be fine. So that shouldn't be that big of an issue. We should also be able to clean up this room, put it back to some of its original form, which would be nice. Don't want to touch the these crafters have got patterns galore in them, and that's just going to be a big mess. Oh, I remember what I was doing now. I was putting network blocks on the back wall and spreading them out. Why is that one missing a card? Well, that can't be good. Crafter. That's networking. Come out of there. Did I knock anything out? No. Okay. And I think let's pick this guy up real quick. Yep. See, I've got these things like stashed all over the place, and it's just gotten to be a little much. There's another one. And so, yeah, I think I would like to actually kind of just clean all of this up. Get it looking nice. I sort something out. So, did you guys have a good holiday? You guys doing okay? How many of these things did I have? All right. Yeah, So I went a little network crazy, it looks like. All right. So first things first, off our power. I had set this back wall up here as kind of like to come in. So this is the entryway. You come in. I really just wanted this to look like the central portion of it. I may, I think this would work better. And then we could colorize those a little different from black. Or we do those crafters off the side there. I think we're just going to do these crafters. I don't know. Something's got to go there. Oh. Crafting grid, yeah. Pattern grid. Fluid grid. That's what's going to go around it. Yeah, so we'll do a network block. All right, so crafting grid, we will probably use him the most. Pattern grid. Fluid grid. Crafting monitor. We'll put him up there. And then the fluid grid right here. There we go. No, I think I'm just going to stick cables. Made a bunch of cables in preparation for this. Yeah, I think I want to like that. And then what we can do is we can do a crafting block instead of a network block. Yeah, I am. Yeah, we haven't noticed, but yet I am a big fan of dark colors. It's easier for me to keep track of. Let's grab another right. So we need 8 more. So we'll split them 4 and 4. 4, 5. No, this one still needs another one. It doesn't matter how we really put these in here. I do want to kind of make it functionally look like a I don't know. Trying to think of more like a circuit board, just pockmarked with different outputs and whatnot on them. That side's definitely smaller than this side, so this one should have the bulk of it. We get 4 more to do. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Should do. Hopefully we don't ever get to a point where we actually have to replace every last block in this wall. Because if we do, we may want to have to reconsider some of this, because then it just kind of ruins the aesthetics a little. Or maybe we just kind of plug more in behind this wall. We just don't worry about it. There is that we could do too. All right. Oh, I missed one. That's definitely got a bit more power usage going on. Oops. We are going to... Let's see if we have any black. Oh, I do have one black. Well, I have more than one black, but I have what I need. All right. I feel like we need one right there. Okay, so let's start plugging cards in. Some of these are going to be near, some of them are going to be far. I'm curious about is whether or not we are going to have to fix up the power. Because we're pushing all this through the flux, and well, that's fine. By relocating this entire storage array networking system, we are in fact actually increasing our power usage. I actually had an empty one I wasn't using. Interesting. Yeah, that's using a whole lot more per tick now. Which is fine. It's not a big deal per se, but we do need to pop out. Let's just go in through the pattern grid. We'll look at this. That should disable the limit. Not really so much worried about power, because power we have. If you need any questions about power, power is being handled by this guy, which, yeah, we have lots of power. So I'm not worried about running out of juice so much as I am trying to make certain that the system doesn't go too haywire. There we go. Yeah, so disabling limit actually helped fix that up. Very nice, very nice. We can still see all of our fluid. Yes, good, good. Why do you have essence being stored? Oh, because, yeah. All right. So that's all in place. Very nice. Now we can start taking the rest of this out. Now this guy is probably going to fill up. Yep. Oh yes, we're going to also need this one. You think, okay, I should be good. No, you realize there's about 2 dozen other things that you got to do. All right. Wow, it's just starting to feel more empty and open already. I'm liking it. All right. What was the quantum into what we're doing here? Set to the colony. Oh, I know what this is. Never mind. That can come out. I am fixing to fill my inventory up with all kinds of stuff. So let's just start. We're just going to start piling things in here. Because, yep, popping these things out is just going to rain stuff into our inventory. Because, oh, I got no more room. Yeah, because this is basically all of our crafting recipes. This is where we're essentially picking up and relocating our entire sit long enough in an area and you just work nonstop. You just don't ever realize exactly how much of this stuff builds up quick. Just really quick. Really, really quick. Okay. And so this should be a normal crafter. This would be a normal crafter. This is actually a storage that has stuff in it. That's an empty storage. Good grief. I wonder if I can get some black. Because why not? We're this far into it. Oh, you won't die black. That's fine. That is quite all right. What we will do with him, I still think I want him here. The shame you can't dye him. Whatever. I'll have to make 2 more just to even this out and put it up here and probably relocate this guy. Let's go ahead and do that. There. And then we can put 2 more there and that'll just even that out. So I'll have to make 2 more of those. Put that on the list of things to do. Yeah, the problem is as we're tearing all this stuff apart, so you can keep in mind, is we're picking up and relocating our storage system while leaving all of our farms going. So if you're at all curious, my farms are still running, probably way backlogged at this point. These are just the normal combined crafters. These aren't. We haven't even got to the crafters that are behind these things. Page 3. I will say I like these forged containers. Those are nice. There we go. We are getting there. All right. Pop you guys in there. Is that all of them? Houston, I do believe we've got it. All right. So now is these machines, the importers, and all the crafters that support them. It'd be nice not to have this giant wall of stuff. This can go over here. All right. All right. What is that tool set? Holy cow. All right. So that's our infusion factory. We'll start this way. That's everything we need for the infusion factory. Tables really just kind of extra. Those can go over here, and I will need that for later. Pick up this guy who's got 2 crafters worth of materials. Good grief. Oh, and I left one uncolored. Well, there you go. So I'm doing this in this particular manner where I'm trying to keep everything kind of sorted together as far as those guys go, just so that when I put it back together, I don't have to think so hard as to who had what stuff. There is a method to the madness. And then we will go and we will apply our favorite color palettes to all of these so that we get them all looking the same. And we'll just try to clean this up a little bit more. I think then this gives us a little bit more room to do some decorating, move some of these blocks so this entryway is not quite such a congestion point. Maybe move those over here against the wall. And then, yeah, this will lead us this way and then into our big storage area. And I like that. I think that works well. cables out of there. We are onto this guy. I know the smelting factory has a bunch of crafters supporting it. But apparently, not many recipes. Oh, yeah, I guess I pulled more of those out. Nope, there they are. Okay, so we'll take this to page 2. That'll work. More cables, more power. What is this? Oh, this is a latex processing unit. The sawmill. I don't know that I'm going to put the sawmill factory back up. I made it just to make it, but I honestly, I don't think I've ever used it. Which feels kind of, bad, but I never actually used it. All right, so there's the compression. His, and he will have these two. We have the latex processing unit, which only has one. It's latex processing. We did have some upgrades for the machine and the crafter. And then we've got still more cables. Yeah, it always looks a little funny when you rip everything out. Of course, I may pull this wall back a little bit more that way, just so I can make this induction casing a little bigger and probably make it yeah, I can make the induction casing bigger and then make a bigger battery here. Right now we're creating a bunch of energy down in our fusion reactor that literally just not doing anything with. It's just not going anywhere. We're not doing anything with it. So why not? If I push this back a few more blocks that way, I should be able to get some more induction casing chargings and that sort of thing into there and be able to add more power to it. But for right now, we have a mess. Let's see. Did I leave it out? Yes, I did. Let's see if we can start to make this look a little better here. Yeah, new year. It's time to just, clean things up, make it all look a little nicer. That's my thought process. Those and some of those. Oh, it's like, huh? What am I staring at? There. Right. So this should be like this. That. There we go. It's starting to look better already. Got a few scaffoldings. We can get more. Need one more. Huh. How do you like that? Scaffolding. There we go. Now we needed the treated wood slices. Fix the ceiling. That's going to take a little bit of getting used to, is running up and not pointing at the controller. Just because it's done a job of being the central point. Now that just kind of draws my mouse every time. There we go. Oh, this looks so much open now. So much open. Looks more open. Don't actually need these lights anymore. We are no longer. It's Christmas is over. That was yesterday. Remove all these lights. I had somebody come through and put a bunch of lights up, and then Katoa, every time he comes online, he's turning these things on. I keep turning them off because they drive me nuts when they're on. Of course, I think he does that on purpose. But that's fine. Because now they're all out. Yeah, it's still a really tight entrance, and I really just want to move some of this stuff out of here. Start to make this look more appropriate. No, that's the server mailbox. There should be somewhere I can get my hands on it. This I feel. This can go right in here for right now because I don't know what to do with it. Get rid of the lights. Cinderstone, fine. Let's do something a little clever. I guess we're not going to do something really clever because, yeah. Oh, this. Nope. Yeah, that's the problem. Is I don't like leaving that thing in and on this position. Oh, I wouldn't do this. A, stop complicating things. I'll come back and put that in an order that I will. Ah, maybe. And that's kind of rude. I don't know. I'm not really my brain's kind of a little wore out from this holiday. That's good enough for right now. I'm not gonna fight with it too much more. I will deal with it another day. Storage, chisels and bits. I missed the light. The other thing I need to do is get my wireless card back in place. In terms of that, in a little bit. There we go. Now we can do the more like non-powered uh, crafting tables and whatnot. This doesn't feel. This feels more like it used to, where it's just this nice open area to walk through. Oh, it's so much better. Ah, we can breathe again. Yeah, I'm definitely going to expand this out. That needs to get expanded out. But to do that, I've got more. I had to make a bunch of induction casings and whatnot. So first, we have to get everything else back up and operational again, which means we need to now come in here and work on getting all this stuff back up. So this is going to be. Yes, this will be Crafter Central. So this is where we will stick all of these guys at. Now, what I think I want to do. Oh, really? Yeah. And then the question is, we just run a cable? Yeah, I think I'll just run a cable. I think that'll just make life easy. So we'll come right out of here. Yep. Nobody's going to see the cableage. I don't have to worry about it too terribly much. I was thinking about putting a network card in here, but there's really just not that much of a need for that. All we should have to do is just turn on some lights. I think it's going to be one more. That should be the pillar, and there's our cable rack. Because cable does not cost us anything in with regards to power. There we go. We have the first of our go back over here. other thing I think that would look really nice. Not that guy. Where's it at? Huh. There you are. Because we can actually just get ourselves some pillars in here. There we go. Yeah. Just like that. Like that. We can give up a little bit of space for form. The rest of this area doesn't matter that much. So we'll just ladder base. And then what I can do is so now we can just continue to stack our crafters in right here. We'll make a big battery bank. And as we stack them up, they'll just continue to work as per normal. Now, the interesting bit here is by stacking them so that they're facing up like this, and when I put the next guy in, these guys will actually talk to the guys in front of them. So essentially what that means is the very last ones I put in up top here, I can put in all the upgrades for, like the speed upgrades. And I should only have to put them in the top ones. I don't actually have to put them in any of these base guys. So that essentially gives me a way to reduce the amount of upgrades I need to supply the system. But if we come over here now, we should start seeing a 17 black crafters. And then in our crafting monitor, where is oh, where did I put him? That's problematic. There we are, craft manager. Oh, that would be good. Take this guy out right here. Put him here. So now I want to take and put the monitor right next to it. So crafting systems all taken care of there. Pattern, fluid. I don't think I actually have anything to fill that hole. But what we could fill it with I'm okay with that. Take this guy out real quick. We'll put him back in. Let me just. Black hole. Okay. This is the thing I was. It's like, does it look the same all the way around? Yes, it does. And then we grab this guy. Put him right in there. Set him in fluid. Stone. Block. And then we still need 2 more of those up here at the top. This is fine. Just fine. Yeah, now we should be able to. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Chemical dissolution chamber. Oh, right. Yeah, because that's picking up the crafter in the mostly expensive kits room. These, I kind of actually like the way these look right here, and they're not actually doing anything per se. So they're just going to sit right there. I'm not going to fight with moving them or anything else. I thought about picking this guy up and relocating him. Just because it doesn't hurt. I don't know that I actually have much of a use for this guy. I don't know that I've ever had a use for this guy, other than I made him just to make him. So I think we'll just stuff him down in here for right now. Here's where all the extra cableage is at. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants to make one of these nukes, these infinity nukes, definitely charge it up more than just like the level 1, because it's very anticlimactic. So, hey, that seems to work out much better. Just have one of those moments where everything you touch just doesn't work right. Yeah, that's already starting to look way better. So we just need to make a bunch of these crafters and then fill this thing all the way up. And then that'll look just really good. And then over here is going to be our new workroom-esque, I guess. So we'll start with, all right, these are all just the various odd patterns. That's what I can do. That's what I can do. Importer. I don't want the importer. Oh my word. Already lost everything. Lost my mind. There we go. You right there. Storage monitor. Storage monitor. So choose liquid, and then this should have essence. And the other thing in here is either gas. We do it like that. Turn off all the extra lights. Much better. Oh, this is starting to look good already. Happy, happy. All right, so and we'll figure out what to do with the rest of these storage monitors. I actually want to put more storage monitors up so that I can track various different things. I just haven't figured out what it is I want to track. So therefore, I don't know how many storage monitors I'm going to need. But that's neither here nor there. All right, so let's get started with the hard part. So these are all part of the dissolution chamber. So there's the dissolution chamber. Yeah, I guess 2 of those. Pretty much all the rest of that except for these 3 items, because those don't go with him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, he only gets 1. All right, so the next thing we have to figure out is how we're going to get power in here. And where we're going to stick the machines at. So if we stick the machines here, right, we have to be able to supply power, and we have to be able to supply, so we're going to need this guy. He's going to give us our inputs. And then we need an outputter. So I put this right here, but I am thinking that this is probably a bad idea. That's the first thought I have. I made this nice little standard platform here, but this may have to go away in favor of power cables that's going to have to run everywhere, and then maybe a single line for network feed to come in. And I'm thinking that's probably going to be what we do. So we'll just take these out. And what we could, I guess we don't have to actually take it and technically take it out. We could just push it down 1. If we wanted to keep this blocks in here. We could do power in the back, outputs out, power in the bottom, outputs out the back, and the top would be inputs for all but the infusion station, who has that weird, yeah. Who's got the weird barrel setup. So I think that will work. still like these for flooring. I still like the looks of them, so I think we'll just drop it down by one. I don't think it really matters where we do it at. So we'll just do it here. Get some cableage real quick. Should probably just keep this in my inventory, but try not to carry like everything in my inventory. That's no good. Oh wow, that's one off. We like them apples. Just one. That's okay. There is no requirement for things to be perfect. Wow. I should say there's no requirement for me to get it right the first time. I think that's a little bit more appropriate. All right, so there's our network feed. I think we managed to put it dead center. So the only thing we need now is power, which will be in here. There's some power cables. There's a flux. I feel like there should be some more. That's not power cables. That's power cables. These machines never really used a whole lot of power per se. I mean, they use power, don't get me wrong. Just, it's not like you need a massive amount of powered cables. So we'll just string these this way. I could probably make more and fill that all the way out. And why not? Oh, because, yeah. I don't know, let's see. Do we have any steel? Sheet metal. There's no steel there. Right here. Yes, we have some steel. Quite a bit of steel. Well, we have some steel. Redstone. Yeah, it should be plenty. I don't think I need any more than that. That should be more than sufficient. There we go. There's not really a need to do all of this. This doesn't like this doesn't make any of this work any better or anything else. It just, for my sanity's sakes, I don't have to try and think of whether or not I got enough power where it needs to be or not. On top of that, this guy is going to come up, and so this is where all the exporters are going to plug in at. So now, if we set guess the corners are going to be off limits. Can't really stick anything in the corners. So if I stick him here, let's go collect some machines, shall we? Infusing factory, crushing, enriching. Enriching's the big guy. That went into the infusing. So let's put the infusing back in here a second. Because he's got that weird setup. So we'll come back and deal with him. These other two should be as simple as... Yeah, this... I don't really care about that. Because we can't stick anything on the corners. Because they'll bump into other stuff. One of those I should have paid attention to that, but that's all right. We're fixing it now. It'll be okay. I guess the question is... It's all right. It's all right. It's fine. We'll get there. All right, so a little bit of stone. Don't need any more power cables. Stone. Stone, stone, stone. And there, we can fix those places back up. There we go. All right, so the next thing we have is our enriching. So we'll do the enriching here. No, that's the crushing. There's the enriching. In this 30 seconds. Those should all be just recipes. Good, good. Do I not have any other machines? There's the enchantment extractor. I guess we can just put the nutritions back in there. Doesn't hurt. The energizer is going to go over here. I feel like I'm missing some machines somewhere. Because I am missing machines. There's the smelter. There's the compressor. There's the latex processor. There's my sawmill. So I can put the security desk over there. And why not put a charge pad up? Because then what we can do is we make a robot and have robot just run all over the place in here. That too would be fun. Okay, so the smelting factory we'll put here. I feel like we should put the charge pad right here. So the robot can just sit right in the middle of all these guys. Compressor, fine. Sawmill. Sawmill can go right here. Literally does not have anything else he's doing. Nutrition filter can go right here. Latex, enchantment. So latex and enchantment extractor. And then we have the security desk. I suppose it can just sit right there. It doesn't hurt anything. Now, this becomes the fun guy. So we could put him right here. So yeah, so what I've got here is I've got a whole lot of stuff that I really don't need. But we're just going to leave it here for the time being until we get it all hooked up. Because you just don't know. You just don't know. There. I'm certain that he's got power to do what he needs to do. We should probably just make a bunch of these. We could fill them up inside somewhere. But I'm not really doing too much with power, so yeah, I'm not certain. All right, so there's the importers. We definitely want importers for everything. Those are all recipes. These are crafters. And if they're colored, they're going to have to get changed. And if they are... Wow. This goes to show you how, like... Initially, I just wasn't paying too much attention to what was going on. Mostly, I was just slapdashing it all together and making it all work. So, all right. So the sawmill factory has nothing. Dissolution chamber will have one input. There we go. Crushing will have one input. The enriching... I think only has one. The smelting factory is going to have a bunch. Oh, what am I doing? That's the wrong way. Import. We're doing all of the imports on the back end. I don't know that I don't want to import it for that. You're in the wrong place. And so the only other guy that we have to deal with is the really problematic guy, which is this guy. So why do we call the infusion factory a problematic guy? Because let's put him down real quick. So we'll do our importer here. So essentially what ends up happening is we're not going to fill him the way we normally fill everybody else, which is to say that the crafter would do the filling for us. Right. All right. That's fine. In fact, I think yeah, the compressor is only going to have one, but he'll have two. So we should be able to do that. Who's this? Enriching, I think we'll have multiple. The crushing, I don't think has a whole lot anymore. Sawmill factory, wait, did I really just stick one on the sawmill factory? Doesn't have one. get a crafter. We're not doing a crafter that way. Let's see. Let's find our wrench. Really? How hard do we have to go to work this thing so it faces down? There we go. Latex processing gets one. Nope. And then this guy gets one. Oh, honestly, I shouldn't do it this way, but it's fine. That's pretty much what I had to start with, and so we're just going and putting everything back the way we had it. We can work on expanding it once we're back up operational, and we can do all of our crafting and everything else again. Okay, so plugged in, plugged in. We will probably end up ripping out a lot of this floor, but we'll deal with that. So that should be good enough for there. This was kind of the reason why I wanted to do this cable over top. It's because it just kind of naturally plugs in everywhere. And then everybody gets whatever he needs. And then anybody who's missing, we can just plug them in. Now, like this guy, he's pulling from his neighbor, which is perfectly fine. This guy is not. So we plug him in. And this guy is not. So we plug him in. And then that should have them all plugged in, except for him. And so for this guy will push everything back just a little bit. So this is the way I did things. And your mileage may vary, and you may want to come about it a different way. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. But what I did for mine is I took a barrel. I am missing a crafter. Why am I missing a crafter? Because I put a crafter somewhere else. Okay. So put the barrel, put him. So he points in at the barrel. And off the barrel, we put one of these guys. And so that's where the problem's going to come in at. How? No, I suppose we couldn't just... We don't really need all this power that way. So I can just bring it around. And that's perfectly viable. So we'll just pick this part up. There we go. We'll probably need to make some more of these crafters, but that's all right. And so where did I put my configurator? Just like that. So we're going to need a couple more. Let's see if I've got any made. Now, you can use faster cables if you want. It'll move the stuff faster. I don't know that I've ever had a real big need for faster cables. That's a problem. That is a problem. There we go. So we can plug here, and then we plug here. I actually think what this needs to have happen is it should go like this, and then we will disconnect that. That's not what I wanted. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to look at our logical. So we've got green and blue. So we look in our infusion factory, right? So we look at our side configurations, so the blue output is out the right. Now we're going to set the output out the back. Items. All right, so what we need is the red and the yellow are the inputs coming in. So the yellow should be here on the right. Just like that. And then the top should be an input. It should be the red input. We don't care about the bottom. We're not actually pushing anything in the bottom. And so that should... So the red should be the... So we need to set green and then blue. So this should be blue here. And then this should be green. And so what that should basically allow happen then is the items should spit out, come around, and then depending on what color code they are, they'll go into the appropriate hole, and then the resulting output gets pulled back out the back end. This is a little cleaner, not exactly the way I wanted to do it, but it is a little cleaner. Now what we could do is we could move the power no, I think this is good. We're just going to leave it like this. We can fill in, cover up, whatever we want to do. I mean, I suppose technically we could reconnect this line, come in the back, and then come out the side for our output. And then this wouldn't have to sit up top here. Which means that then we could close that off, seal it up. Oh, fine. So we could do it this way. Right. Back and side. What I've been curious about, and I've never bothered to look into, which I think we're going to. that way. All right. Yeah, that actually should work that way. Set that configure. So blue, green, configure U. Bottom is going to be yellow. Back is going to be red. Top will be blue. And then stone pattern. Oh, right. I could do this. Just like that. There we go. I think that will work. I'll figure out what to do with the rest of those. Clean that up. So that just needs. So at this point, I think we're at a point now where we just need to start piling recipes. I think. I would not quote me on that just yet. If we are, then this is great. And we are ahead of schedule. That should be fantastic. There we go. All right. Yeah, I think we are ready to just start. Now, there's the upgrades and everything to put back in. Oh, yes, this guy's got to come. That is slowly filling up really quick. Do I have any importers? There we go. Come back to that. So this just becomes a matter of plugging everything back in. So all right. There, that should help start to empty that out. I think I only really need just 2 in there. Oh, this one's doesn't get filled up quick enough to really require too much more than that. Yeah. There we go. And so that should stay empty now. So that's one farm filling back in. That all looks like that's running like it should. We have our water again, latex. Pink slime is filling back in. The essence. Got an awful lot of essence. Yep. It's filling back in too. Okay. Lots of room. Oh, this is turning out really good. All kinds of exciting. Now we just need to pretty this up over here. And then put back in all of the recipes. Which, let me just say, yeah. That is going to be a mess. Let's see if we can find the one for the crafter. No, we're just going to... Don't choice. No choice. Just got to pile it all back in. So let's just start with getting all of the recipes. We'll get all the recipes back in. So that's stage one. Let's put the recipes back where they belong. Dissolution chamber. We should technically be able to come over here to the crafter manager now. And be able to drop them in this way. Which is nice, but definitely the slower mechanism method. But we can and will deal with it for right now. So that's all of this goes to the barrel. This enricher. This are the crushers. So sawing, crushing, enrichment. Crusher. Off. Crusher is set. This is all smelter. All basic. Yeah, smelter. Smelt. Let's find the smelter, which should be this guy. I've got an extra crafter on there, but apparently I'm just not using it. Latex upgrades. is for the this guy, compression factory. I don't know why I would have a speed upgrade in that. I don't think we did. Latex would have had that. I guess maybe we would have had it here. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, empty, empty, empty. All right, so we have a first wave of recipes back in place. Oh, so much. Speed tier, where did I have that on? I have no idea where I had that on, but I guess it'll go right there. Maybe. I was probably in a dissolution chamber. That's where it was at. Because that makes the most sense for it to be. All right. Here comes all the fun ones. So basically, with these, all we should really have to do is just start right in here. That can go in here. Let's put some things away so we have some room to work. As we are going to be carrying a lot of recipes. The more of these guys we can carry with us in one go, the faster this will go. Now, I am not just... I could go to the crafter manager here and start slotting them in, but my concerns are, yeah, see, like that one went right up here at the very top. So they'll end up in the wrong place. So let's just do it this way. It's faster. But we have definitely been busy automating and making lots of patterns for things. And the game plan here is to fill that thing all the way up. And at that point, we should have the capabilities to do so much with regards to crafting that we shouldn't really care that much. Yeah, because there's a whole nother row right here it can go in. Good grief. So that would be the next thing, is to dump all this stuff in here. And then we'll make a bunch more crafters. We'll finish that up. And ideally, we shouldn't have to be doing too many more of these. Well, we shouldn't have to do a large dump like this. So as we move forward, we need a pattern of something, we will just come and drop a single pattern into the system. We won't need to do a whole wholesale movement of all of these pattern blocks again. And hopefully that should just settle this right on in. All right. I'm feeling pretty confident at this point. These are the last two. What we'll do is we will test the system out now. And we will have it make a bunch more crafters. So if we go and look here, we should see our crafters. Yes, so let's ask for 64. It's probably way more than what we're going to need, but who cares? It seems to be able to sufficiently make sense out of it all. And then we should be able to come watch it over here on the crafting manager. Now we are seeing the occasional charcoal recipe come up here and get requested, which is a good sign because that means that our ×5 multiplication is doing its job, and our tree farm downstairs is doing its job in keeping us filled with coal. So this is all working like it should. I don't see anything here, but maybe we haven't. There's not really anything for it to do just yet. No, because it looks like it's still processing iron. Okay. I don't know what machine. Oh, did I forget to set these guys up? Top is a input. And the back is the output. Yep. This should be back is the output. And top is the input. There we go. Yeah, always make certain that you get your settings right. I don't think this one's going to care too much. Yeah. It's not going to care. We did that one already. That one should be fine. That's not going to care. All right, so that should straighten everything out. So come back over here to our crafting monitor. He's complaining because advanced processor. Do I not have a raw advanced processor? No, we have the raw. Oh, I must just not have enough, maybe? I don't know. I'll speed this up a little bit. Maybe it's just a function of More speed. More speed. Should be good enough. All right. I should empty that out much faster. There's the raw dance processor. Oh, look, he's moving like he should. So then, yes, it's all getting crafted. All right. So a bunch of upgrades. We're going to throw those in here for right now. Oh, that looks good. So let's go get some pillars. Maybe some walls too. I think that'll work. So I think for argument's sake, we will do pillars on the corners. We will put some walls here in between. That is a pillar. Because anything that doesn't have one of those, so like him, we don't care. Put this down in the corners, just like that. And then last but not least, so that we don't, there it is. What we don't want is to get spawns of any kind. So we'll just throw a little bit of light in there. And then we can cover this up with walls. And no harm, no foul. I'd like to be able to make this a little bit more visible, but I guess it's fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So wall, wall. I don't think we're going to need anything more higher than that. wall units. Then we can just do this right on up. And we should be getting close to done with our recipes. Good, good. And so, what are we waiting on? Oh, we're waiting on it to go through the slow crafting. So this is that part where I'm like, you know, if we point these guys into one all the way up the top, then we should be able to stick like the speed upgrades in the guys on the top. And don't have to worry about the guys down here at the bottom. And the recipes up at the top should, by default, pick up the speed upgrades because it should be offloading the, according to the way my reading of the code and the behavior of this thing is right, then this guy doesn't need the upgrade. It's the guy all the way up at the top. And so that'll look good. All right. Well, for a technical day, this has turned out to be rather nice. We got our inventory system moved over here. This room looks so much cleaner. We'll finish building up the rest of the crafters, put those in. We'll build a little robot and then let him sit right there. I think we're in good shape, ladies and gentlemen. We're in real good shape. Let's see if I've got an extra wall. That would be great. So we can do that. There we go. Much better. Technically don't need that piece there. I could bring the floor up. I think that's good. I think that's good enough. I'll figure out what to do as far as closing off the rest of these other ones, if it even warrants being closed off. Don't know. But I think we got accomplished what I wanted to get accomplished today, at least for this stream. So we're going to call it here. once these are done, I'll get these in place, and then we'll get back together, and I will show you what this final form of this room looks like. Though it's pretty close to its final state now. This looks really good. I'm really happy with this. So much more room, and this room feels much more open and better. So the next things we have is to increase our induction casing size, add some more storage, whatnot to it. Just relocating some of this stuff. That can actually stay right there. You know. And then we'll have to actually relocate our other massive storage. We'll put that over here in this room as well. And I think that completes our adventures. Well, it completes our renovation anyways. So, if you came out, it was good to see you. We look forward to seeing you again. Like I said, this week I'm on vacation, so I would expect a few more stream sessions to show up. You can see a little bit more about the day-to-day again, but the operations are going on. So we look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for coming out. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.